Hallo en welkom by meneer Liwe se les oor indirekte na direkte rede. So as in the previous lessons, we worked especially with direct to indirect. Today, we are going to work from indirect to direct. So before we do that, we need to recap exactly what is meant by direct speech and indirect speech. So what is direkte rede and indirekte rede? Direkte rede is when someone talks directly to you. It's only you and the person. So you and your friends are talking to one another and it's face-to-face contact or a discussion between the two of you. So your other friend comes along and overhears the story and then they go and retell another friend the story they overheard. That would be indirect speech. So when we have indirect speech, we should remember that it has already happened. Where direct speech might happen in the moment, indirect speech would be in the past tense because it happened already. So as I've said already, today we are going to focus on indirect to direct. Our sentence for this example would be, Woesie sê dat hy hom graag die volgende dag met die werk wil help. So how do we know that the sentence is in the indirect speech? We see that by looking at the dat, and we don't see any semicolons and quotation marks because that's an immediate giveaway for direct speech. So as with the others, we now also have steps that we have to follow. So step 1 would be remove the dat or the of. So Woesie sê dat hy hom graag die volgende dag met die werk wil help. So nou sê my stap, ek moet die dat of die of uithaal. I have to remove the dat or the of. So I take that dat, I literally just take it away. So that would be step 1. So if I had a question, for example, Woesie vra dat of hy hom die volgende dag kan help, so then that vra of, that of would be taken out. But now we have to do with the statement sentence, so I take out the dat. Step 2. Put a dubbelpunt en 'n aanhalingstekens in die plek van die dat of die of en eindig die aanhalingstekens aan die einde. So I put a semicolon and a quotation mark in the place of the dat or the of and I end the quotation mark at the end. Woesie sê hy hom graag die volgende dag met die werk wil help. So in that place of the dat, I put in a semicolon, a quotation mark, and I end my quotation mark at the end. Please just remember to end your sentence with a full stop as well, before the last quotation mark. Step 3. Step 3 says to change your pronouns. But now we have the same table that we used for direct to indirect. But the only difference between those two is when I worked from direct to indirect, I worked from left to right. But now, because we're working from indirect to direct, I work from right to left. So if I look at my table, if I have hy or sy, then I would change it back into ek, hy, sy, jy. Same thing with hulle. If I have a hulle, it changes back into julle, u, or dit. So in our sentence, we have Woesie sê, hy hom graag die volgende dag met die werk wil help. So that hy en hom is on the right-hand side, and I change it to the words on the left-hand side, which would be ek en jou. But dit dan verander na, Woesie sê, ek jou graag die volgende dag met die werk wil help. Step 4. Change the time. So now we have the same case as with the pronouns, where we now work from right to left instead of left to right as we worked with direct to indirect. So now we have Woesie sê, ek jou graag die volgende dag met die werk wil help. We have die volgende dag, and as we know from the previous lessons, die volgende dag changes into môre. Woesie sê, ek jou graag môre met die werk wil help. So that is all we do when we change the time. Step 5. Stompify verbs. Again, a made-up word that just means that we have to move verb 1 and verb 2 to the correct places as we find them in Stompie. So do you understand now why we had to do Stompie in the first lesson? Woesie sê, ek jou graag môre met die werk wil help. So verb 1 and verb 2 is at the end of the sentence, will help. And now we just move them to the correct places, which would be, Woesie sê, ek wil jou graag môre met die werk help. Then we get to step 6. And step 6 is to rewrite the sentence. Herskryf die sin. Step 1, take out the dat, or the of, in this case the dat. Step 2, Woesie sê, put in a semicolon and a quotation mark. Hy hom graag die volgende dag met die werk wil help, end your quotation mark. Step 3, change your pronouns. Hy hom moet change into ek and jou. Woesie sê, ek jou graag die volgende dag met die werk wil help. Step 4, change the time. Woesie sê, ek jou graag môre met die werk wil help. Step 5, move my verbs. Woesie sê, ek wil jou graag môre met die werk help. So remember, in step 5, to stompify your sentence. So everything inside of the quotation mark, I have to stompify, meaning I have to put them in the correct places as per Stompy. And that was how to change a sentence from the indirect to the direct speech. Thank you.